once again breaking numbers, let's look at one of the more technical masterpieces there are in gaming, in Halo Reach.
My all-time favorite video game series is Halo, and why not? Since the first game, Halo Combat Evolved, the world that Halo created has nearly come to life with an epic trilogy of the badass super soldier that is Master Chief, fighting the Alien Covenant and the zombie species called the Flood, each game in the series being a Game of the Year quality. The franchise has hit milestones and revolutionized gaming forever. The story is about you assuming the role of Noble Six, the newest member of Noble Team. He's a quiet Spartan soldier who's never sent a single line of dialogue throughout the game, and along with Noble Six, you get to meet the rest of Noble Team, who really don't have that much dialogue and die one by one in a very short campaign.
To those of you who said, you know what, Halo Reach is a pretty overrated game when it came out, you don't like gay people, shut up.
The people who claim that are the same people who need to be shown something rather than look into it themselves. For instance, people want Noble Six to talk and bring about exposition instead of just doing his job. Newsflash, they're in a war. Gosh! Every member of Noble Team is there specifically to handle the Covenant. They didn't go there to make friends or brag about their childhood. In Afghanistan, or in the D-Day invasion of World War II, did the soldiers ever brag about their past history to the other hundreds of thousands of other soldiers? And even if they did, it would mean absolutely nothing because they're in war, you ignoramus. It's not about for yourself, it's all about fighting for a bigger cause. In Halo Reach, it's about the entire human race. And do you know how much of a distraction it would be if all the characters just stopped in place and started looking at the camera and talked about exposition? The game and story will lose any tension and seriousness. Plus, what these critics need to understand is why won't Noble Six talk? Well, Noble Six is a mute character because he's a character that has seen horrible shit in war. The guy has seen things and is in a state of shock. And since then, he's become a character who will look to finish the job rather than look out for himself. Why doesn't Noble Six question any orders from the squad leader? Well, it's because he's looking at the big picture of war and knows firsthand that speaking out hasn't ended well for him the first time through. So he won't do it the second time through Carter. It would be completely meaningless. Remember, you are looking into the eyes of Noble Six and seeing the sacrifices at first hand. You have to look beyond and think what is shown to understand. Look at their body movements. Look at their faces, look at how they interact with one another, and you will see that it's actually really intricate and deep. Look, they're not one-dimensional stereotype characters that most critics claim they are. Carter is a no-nonsense, battle-tested character who brings about leadership, experience, and knowledge to the team, inspires confidence in those under his command, cool under pressure. And since he and Second Command Kat are the only survivors of the original Noble Team, the guy understands the casualties of war, and knows that emotional attachments towards his new teammates would bring danger and is completely meaningless. This also goes for Kat, who's willing to sacrifice herself for the better good of mankind. This is explained when you realize that Kat has a bionic arm, and despite losing her real arm, she still wants to go in and fight. This shows tenacity and courage. Now the other three members also have very distinct personalities themselves. The marksman of the team is rock solid under pressure, better than he has any right to be, but at least he isn't cocky. Which is a good thing because he's also chatty. He's confident in himself and the others trust him. That shows character for all of Noble Team, with the word respect. And you need to understand that when it comes to snipers, they all have the trait of discipline. And sorry if I pronounced this guy's name wrong, but Emil here has a reason for having the image of a skull on his helmet. This is a symbol of death, which is coherent that he's a character that wants to go and kill. He also understands his rules of the team and the circumstances of war. This is shown when he disapproves the notion of George helping out a weak girl, because that shows remorse and sympathy, and that is a trait that Emil has to let go. Due to the experience and willingness to set aside any personal grievances. I know I've said the word discipline as a trait with all these characters had, George being the only one who truly shows remorse, sadness, and faith towards humanity. He's just a soldier with a pure heart and brings out his inner humanity more than others, which makes you give sympathy for the other character. And when they all died and sacrificed themselves, you realize that the Halo universe was larger than you thought, because Master Chief was not only fighting for Katana and the human race, he was also fighting for them. Those died on Reach. Without Noble Six, there would be no Master Chief or Katana. So understand all the shit they went through to make everything about Halo happen.
You know, after this video, there will still be nerdy gamers out there that will constantly classify and prejudice gays and nerds everywhere. So remember, listen to me, because unlike you, I'm actually smart.